answer it for you because he's, yeah, it's easier paperwork if you just do a lease purchase. In Atlanta. Yeah, he can't fit in that stuff.
Max.
Yo, what's up, homie?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I just landed, got in my rental car.
The vinyl,
Okay.
and then almost nothing else, and then maybe
Just carpet cleaning and vinyl, huh? Carpet clean and vinyl, you say?
Yeah,
The closing went good this morning, so everything is done.
okay.
What do you think? I went half with Miguel, so what do you think the best strategy is for this property?
What's up?
What's up, my dude? You alright?
Have y'all waiting, man.
Good, man.
Good to see you,
Got some
man.
to eat.
Yeah,
Some
what's going on, yo?
Good to see you, bro.
Alright. We are here, brother.
This is it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what you think this thing is worth at the end?
Well, the cost of 203, man, is on the basement. All up underneath there is, from my understanding, the original hardwood is underneath this.
So how much did you budget in construction? What'd you say?
75.
That's too much, bro.
Too much?
It's too much.
Because I'm looking at the roof,
The roof. I mean, if a guy's a flipper, he's not paying what you think he's paying.
right,
Like a roof for a homeowner is just like 10, 8, 9,000.
right.
Roof for a guy is like 6. You know, because he's got these guys on rotation.
Yeah, so they're doing a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
In and out.
You got a little, because this is a basement under here, right?
Yeah.
So I see like a little
Slope.
So depending on how bad he really wants to fix that, whole new bathroom though. So like, and you think it's crazy, but it's not. Rip the tile out, add new double vanities, because there's no master bedroom, master bath, and none of those.
It's the only one.
Well, there's some money, you're gonna have to add one.
Full strength. Yeah.
So
This is, what you think about this right here? As far as
that's not in the ground, is it?
that's in the ground. This is up underneath the house from the front.
So all you would have to do is dig a French drain around that side so the water comes off.
Right.
You're gonna scrape all that off, and then put. We just did it in the basement, and we take all that off, and then put. There's this thick paint. I forget the name of it.
Right.
But it'll hold all that in.
So is this water damage?
Oh yeah, that's water. I would take the wall down. I would dry sheetrock the whole thing. Make this like a cool place to be. So you get more living space. Not that you want a bedroom, but like we added 500 square feet on Ebert just by sheetrocking cost us $1,900. The stud guy was like another 800 plus. It was 900 plus materials. I mean, to do stuff like, it's not cheap. Every window, I don't know what you get. We get $275 for a window installed. Yeah, anytime you get a house under contract and this, put a band, I put 2 of them in here. I buy houses cash.
Boom.
That way all them people driving them down.
Right.
It's a lot of traffic right here, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you don't see them out here, those signs.
Yeah.
You don't see them out here.
Here's what I would do. I would get your buyer's list tight, right? I can show you how to get one, like maybe for like using the list source hack, and then shoot out some automatic text messages through call loop. Like take your pictures of this and put it on. You have like Carrot site or anything like that?
Nah, I know that's what you.
Yeah, at least so. What I do is I have a Carrot buyer's website. I put the house on the Carrot buyer's website, and it creates its own link. And that's everything about the house, all the pictures, everything, right?
Right.
And then I use call loop, and I have all my buyers in call loop, all their all their cell phones.
Right.
And I blast out new house listed 3-1, you know, whatever this area is called,
Right.
hot area,
Right.
which it look like is a hot area. So hot area in, what is Kennesaw? Hot area in Kennesaw. And then the link. When they shoot it out, you're gonna get a frenzy of people looking on the website, and they're gonna start calling you, but they need to know, okay, next Saturday, 1 p.m., inspection period. They all come in,
Got you.
right? You want 7, 8, 9 buyers to come, look at it between the hours of 1 and 2.
Right.
So highest and best.
Highest and best sale.
So are we here with them when that's going
Absolutely.
on?
Absolutely, yeah.
You taking contracts on the spot.
Got you.
So highest and best.
Say they need to tell you, hey, listen, by 3 p.m., 4 p.m. today,
Right.
call us with your highest and best, right? First person that we accept they offer has tomorrow morning by noon
Right.
to drop the contract and the earnest money deposit
Right.
off to the title company.
So no.
Say, hey, I can close in like a week or 2. Now my attorney can't get us on the calendar until about 3 weeks or so out.
Yeah.
Right?
So if we can close before, we will. You know.
Absolutely. So if I can get on the calendar before, I'm ready to rock and roll because you know I don't want to be out here working in the winter anyways.
I mean, if it's a bag in the wind, I want that bag.
No, I'm just saying that's what you telling her.
Oh, got you. Got you.
Yeah.
When she see cash, she's gonna be like, why is it taking so long to close?
Oh, right.
Correct.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So I'm ready now. But the attorneys, you know, it's a crazy season right now. The attorneys is busy. He probably it's 2-3 weeks sometimes before we get on his schedule.
Right.
What he's gonna do is he's got to do a due diligence, and I mean he's got to do a title search and make sure everything is fine. We're ready to go, and breeze over that 10-day. You're giving her $100, right?
Right.
You're good. 10-day, 100. That's a $1 a day, $10 a day for due diligence.
Right.
You did a good job. So,
We're
yeah.
gonna get it done. Let's get it to the closing
Lock it
table.
in.
I'll see y'all later tonight. Y'all coming
Yeah,
through?
we coming through.
All right, cool.
We're gonna ink that and then.
Lock that up. I like that. Kennesaw.
Close up.
Kennesaw. I love it.
I asked you that, bro. I know I'm talking about. I don't know what the great Maxwell talking about.
What you,
I know you kind of wing it, but I'm talking about specifically what goes into that 30%. Everybody talk about the ARV and the 70, but I'm talking about how I use that 30% that people perceive as straight profit, and how I use the numbers of, oh no, I got to pay commission, I got to pay closing costs, or I say but you know, the end investor has to pay commission, closing costs, carrying costs. So it's one of the things that I use in negotiations with the seller when they say, "Oh, you're gonna make X amount of money," because they're just looking at the wrong number, right? So that's what I'm going to be talking about, and how that helps me negotiate.
What's up, homie? Nice to meet you, brother. Pleasure. Pleasure.
1020. I'm actually bring this up real quick. If someone says, I saw
Right.
Let's see.
What's up, man? Hello again. So this is dope. I like seeing this. That's why Tommy hit me up, was like, yo, I'm doing this meetup, you gotta come. I'm like, I'm there. Even though I got my big conference, you do a little bit. When he wakes up, that's exactly how he talks. 2 years ago, a lot of you guys may not know my story. So actually September 28, 2016 was my first contract in this business. And since then I've earned over $2.8 million in assignment fees, right? Now it's not all profit, obviously, thank you. It's not all profit, but 2 years ago I was living in my mom's house. I was broke, business I did failed, and I just didn't, I was down. And I got introduced to wholesaling. My friend, the closer, Tony, you guys may know him. His dad is real big in real estate. His dad talked to me about, he said the word. I knew he was filthy rich. So whatever he said, I believed him. And I literally went to go look up the word. And 2 weeks later, his dad calls and says, why do you have bandit signs all over the city? He called him and said, what the hell is Max doing? So I literally went all the way in. And from that day forward, I've never looked back. And I now know that I can control my destiny on this earth. So you guys can do the exact same. You know, real estate is the foundation of wealth. And we all should at least own some real estate. I used to do 1 hour consultation calls.
Yep.
One of the worst decisions I ever made in my life.
Best for me though.
So I did it for a couple weeks and then I was just flooded. It was not a good use of my time. And Tommy books a call. And I remember I was at home. Tommy calls me and he starts speaking. I think he said, hey man, I got $400. Well, I had $400. I spent $100 to speak to you. I got $300. How do I get started in wholesaling? Sorry, let's do it. So we came up with a plan and here he is today. I remember, you know, I don't remember how many months ago he called me and was like, yo, I made like 60,000 this month. And we're talking like, you didn't start long ago. So it just shows you how fast you can progress in this business.
And let me explain something too. That $100, this is the scarcity mindset that we talk about, right?
Correct, mindset.
I went back, I went down and applied and almost hit send on that $100. I was like the hardest $100 I had ever spent in my freaking life. I literally filled out his form like 4 or 5 times. This took place for like 3 weeks. I had to go ask my pastor, do you think is this a sign from God? I called my mom. Like $100. And I was just thinking about it the other day. I was talking with my boys and I was like, man, you know, it's nothing for me to spend a couple, I'm not saying it, don't take this as me bragging, right? It's nothing for me to spend a couple of $1,000s on just over the course of a couple of weeks on just stupid stuff, right? And you think about it, it's like, man, you know, the mindset of going from being in a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. When you make that switch, again, my mic is going, but that's okay. When you make that switch, things completely change. Your whole picture of life just opens up. It's like having blinders on and everything comes off and then you can say, oh wow, I can make money over here. I can make money over there. I can do this over here. This is just one way of getting those blinders off, right? And that $100, like you said, he doesn't do it anymore. But man, it was definitely a worthwhile investment for me.
So when I say I want all the money I can get, it's not for me. It's so I can do things for people that can't, right? So back to the mindset thing, you really have to change your mindset. And I think you should dig deep. So before you start, everybody that had their hand in the air speaking about saying they haven't got their first deal, before you dive deep into wholesaling, really explore your inner self. Try to learn about yourself and be honest with yourself. What are you good at? What are you bad at? Right? I used to be lazy. I know I always woke up early, but I wouldn't get things going till late. What are things that you changed? I haven't watched a football game in 2 years. And that's not because of all the political stuff that's going on. It's literally because I took my Sundays and I started watching courses on how to go out and get it. Right? So I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't even know if they won or lost the last 16 games. It don't matter to me. That's what I realized. Yeah, it's a Cowboys fan. And we probably lost the last 16 games, so it don't matter. So my whole point is really find yourself and change your mindset. And everybody in this room alone, we can all work together. And I promise you, everybody in this room can become a millionaire and there's still enough money for everybody else. I promise you, there's that much money in this world that everybody in this room could be millionaires and you wouldn't even notice that somebody else has taken some money. So we're not competition. We're not. So if you come out and you get a deal under contract next week and you're having a hard time finding a buyer, reach out to these X amount of people that are here. Find a buyer. Split the deal with them. Because half of a watermelon is greater than half of a grape. Right? And as you grow in this business, you'll start to understand. People always ask me, why I give away so much information online? Why do you give away? Why do you give away? First, it feels good. Right? I like when people post checks and say, hey, look, here goes a check. I just made my first $16,000. Right? I remember there's one guy, I forget his name. He's down in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I had him on my podcast, sorry. And he made $19,000 in his first wholesale deal. His full-time job only paid him $16,000 a year. So his mindset, when I say one deal away, he now understands and values himself. For those 10 hours of work that he put in that deal to make 19 grand, he now understands that he's being used by the hospital that he worked at and made $16,000.
I appreciate what y'all doing. That's like straight from the heart. Like, I respect what y'all doing. I got an 8-year-old son, and this is what I need him to look up to. So that's first. Second, I understand that abundance is within, of course, without. So with that being said, what are some of the habits that you practice that serve you? Like, what are some of the things that you do daily that is habitual that serve you success at this point?
I got something really easy, right? I saw this from retired Navy SEAL. Something easy, right? Like just making your bed, right? The discipline every morning, getting up there, making your bed. Because it takes discipline. Tomorrow, Friday night, guess what? Guess what I'm doing? I'm putting out bandit signs, right? It takes discipline to do that. On Friday night, right? You know, in Atlanta, it's nice. I want to be out. I want to be hanging out with my friends. But it takes the discipline because I have my goal. So I think I said this before. Discipline is like a spiritual muscle, right? And so if I don't train the muscle, just like if I don't, guys, we bench press, right? We got like the chest day, International Chest Day. That's all we do, right? So we build up the muscles, but we don't take that same mentality when it comes to discipline. So making your bed, doing the small things that you don't want. You say you have an 8-year-old son, right? All right, make sure your 8-year-old son, makes his bed every single morning.
I have a question. No one's really been quite able to answer for me. I'm generating leads in a different market than here. Can I go through and put those under contract and wholesale them without being there?
Absolutely.
How do I go about that?
The same thing, other than you're not there. So if you need somebody to look at the property, find somebody to look at it for you and take pictures. Well, one website is called wegolook.com. They'll go there and take pictures for you. Find your cash buyers just the same way you would find it if you were in Atlanta. Talk to them over the phone, because deals are made over the phone. Always, like you always have to talk to a seller before you get that signed that contract. So if you're confident with the market and you know the ARV, put it on the contract. You know buyers are going to buy. I know guys that make millions of dollars. It's called virtual wholesaling. They make millions of dollars virtual wholesaling. It's possible. I don't do it, but but it's possible.
Thank you guys for your time.
Absolutely.
So how do you guys effectively enter a new market?
Fast. So it's real easy. So the first thing you want to find out is you want to do a reverse engineer and find out what's the hottest zip codes. One, right? And then you're going to actually purchase that buyer's list. Okay? Then you're going to do the same typical things. I could be in any market in 10 hours. Right? I'm going to find a tax delinquent list. It's usually through the county. Right? And then I'm going to find an absentee list. Right? And I'm going to find all these typical lists you hear about. I'm going to RVM the crap out of every single one of them. Right? Ringless voicemail. I'm going to send every single one of them a voicemail in the next week. Yeah, I'm going to blast it out. I'm going to receive so many calls and voicemails that I'll have a house on a contract in a week in a new market.
You do RVM as well? You do ringless voicemail? So if everybody doesn't know what ringless voicemail is, it's the annoying phone call you get, right? You pick it up, and then sometimes it just beeps, or sometimes you'll hear a recorded voice message, right?
No.
So what we do is we'll do a huge ringless voicemail. You can call, I think last list I bought was like 10,000 people in Cobb County, and just pushed it all out.
You were overwhelmed.
It was, yes, it was very overwhelming, right? Makes you have some stuff going on. But you'll start getting, well, think about the mindset of someone who gets a voicemail, right? Picture this, you're sitting at home, and you get a phone call, and it's a voice message that's saying some random person wants to buy your house. And if you're interested, press 1. If you're not interested, press 2. And you actually press 1. Like, think about that. Like, think of where that person must be at in their life to say, listen, I need this money. So it weeds out a lot of people. So then you start getting these voicemails, and now you've effectively taken that list of 10,000.
What's that voicemail? So when we do a ringless voicemail, what does that sound like? So what's your version of a ringless voicemail?
Hey, this is Tommy, and I know this call is out of the blue, but you know, I was driving around in your area, and I'm a local real estate investor, and I love to buy purchase properties in that area. And you know, I just came by the property and saw it, and I'd love the opportunity to speak with you. If you have any, if you want to sell your property, you can press 1, leave your name, address, and your phone number. Or if not, just press 2, and I will take you off, put you on a do not call list.
So
like that.
Very similar. You see how he did the arms? So our voicemail drop goes like this. Like, hey, my name is Max, and I'm not sure if I even got the right number, and I know this call's completely out of the blue. But, you know, I was in the area, and I think you may own a house, and if you do, give me a call back because I'm interested in buying it. And don't worry, I pay cash, so I don't buy it as is. But if not, I'm completely sorry. I know this call's out of the blue, and I apologize for the call. But if this is you, give me a call back. My number is blah, blah, blah. Or you could even text me. You see how normal of a person that look? We send that to 50,000 people.
Yeah, it's not. October 1st, I'm 22 months into my 24-month goal, right? So I set out for 24 months, started 2 months ago. I was going to take my 6-figure business, a year business, to a 7-figure year business. So what I'm all about, this is kind of deep, but I'm all about legacy, right? That little guy that keeps running around, he already has a house. My other daughter, who's kind of shy, she's in the room there, she already has a house. My other daughter, she has a house. Like literally they have their own house, right? So I'm about leaving a legacy. And so for the next 24 months of my life, I decided I don't really care about fun too much. I care about legacy. I'll do things here and there, but you know, really that's my life is this, right? For the next 22 months at least.
Yeah, I respect that. Real quick, I was at that point, the grind mode. I still do it, but you know, I'm taking the whole month of November off. I'm going to Bali. I'm a pilot, so I fly my plane around just aimlessly in the air. So I fly around just doing stuff, you know, just having fun and just I like experiences, just stuff like that. So no matter where you come from and what background you have, we all have the opportunity to be successful. And there's enough of us in this room to help each other, right? So that we all can make it. Let's get it, bro. It's money out there. But, if we can dominate Atlanta and Charlotte area, you can go anywhere.
That's what we're gonna do.